Welcome. Today is Tuesday, December 1st, 2020. Today we are going to review our Google Meets, our class norms, review and recite our mission statement and goals, complete our science warm-up. Today's science is writing down weathering notes. Then we are going to complete at least one math workshop assignment, making sure that you use WAR and proving all your answers with pictures, computations, or statements. Just circling answers is not okay. You need to be able to justify your answer, be able to explain it. And then you'll be able to get on Education Galaxy, Epic, Extra Math, Typing, or Prodigy when you are done. So, I don't want to hear, I'm done, now what? Right? You know what to do now, yes? I've kind of caught on to the fact that that's what y'all do. So I'm trying to make sure that I provide you with enough information that you no longer have to be like, this, I made 100, now what do I do? Now you know what you can do, yes? Fantastic. All right. Google etiquette, please make sure you show up on time. We are supposed to be here at 7:50. 7:50. I log on at 7:45 to give you guys time to get logged on and make sure things are working. Please make sure you have a quiet place to work. Have all supplies and materials that you need right there at hand. Mute your microphone, video on. That is a district standard, not a me thing, that's a them thing. Raise your hand or use the nod to ask a question. I prefer you to use the nod because it dings to me and I see the little white hand raised in the corner. Make sure that you sit up fully engaged in your learning. You're not lounging around. You're not laying around. You are not supposed to be laying in bed. You need to sit up and learn. You are at school. You wouldn't be laying around here. You're not going to lay around at home. And then make sure you leave at the end of the meeting. Good job.
Oh, I was just checking my notes.
Oh, fantastic. Our mission statement. No, you do not need to turn off sorry. You do not, sorry guys, you do not have to unmute. I can see that your mouths are moving. And I can see some of you who don't go along with this. Shame on you. Shame, shame, shame on you. We will work together as friends and family. In Mrs. Metz's class, to gain more knowledge, to work, and to learn. So we can all be successful. We will listen to each other, help each other, and encourage each other. We will make things happen and show the world. We will not accept anything short of the best. Tyler. Good morning. Some of you are sleeping on the job. If I don't get to take a nap, you don't get to take a nap.
Miss Max, my camera go black again.
Oh, it'll figure it out in a minute. Our class goal is 100% of Mrs. Met students will show growth on unit assessments throughout the 2020-2021 school year. They will accomplish this goal by being purposeful and intentional with their time and learning. You're not sleeping in class. That's not being purposeful and intentional with your time and learning. You need to wake up and sit up. Wake up and sit up. We're here to learn. are class norms, and these should technically be norms in life. Be kind, be respectful, and be working. Are you ever going to get anything by laying around and doing nothing? No, you have to work for it. You want A's, you need to go work for those A's. You sit around and do nothing, guess what you're going to get? Nothing. You get nothing when you do nothing. Today's science learning objective is that you know that the earth consists of useful resources and its surface is constantly changing. You will observe and identify slow changes to Earth's surface caused by weathering from water, wind, and ice. Your warm-up, you need to make sure that you are at a level 0. Some of you yesterday kept unmuting. Please check right now that you are on mute. The only person that should be unmuted is me. If you need help, raise your hand and wait patiently. That's that nod button, you know? Wait, don't just unmute and talk to me unless there's a technical issue. Please make sure that you're staying in your spot. That means that you are sitting somewhere that you can focus and you can learn. You're not running around all over the house. Because when you guys pick up your computer and walk off with it, we see all of that and it makes us sick to our stomachs. So please make sure that you have a spot to sit in, that you are sitting in it, and you are fully engaged. Your participation is you are focused on your work so that we can all be successful. All of us. Your warm-up says the diagram below shows light being transmitted through a flat, transparent window. Draw and label a diagram of light being reflected and refracted and label your diagram. So, I didn't link this. I gotta link this. You need to go into your Mrs. Met's homepage. It is quicker and easier if you click on modules to get there. And then go ahead and load your week 15 warm-up. Yours should come up with the changes that you made. Boy, y'all need to sit up. If Miss James or the superintendent came in, y'all would all get called out. Get off of your bed. Oh. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Then you'll have friends. All right, now that we are here, I'm going to go ahead and set the timer for 5 minutes for you guys to get this done. If you get done before that 5 minutes, please make sure that you have a sheet of paper, crayons, markers, pencils, so that we can take notes. And go. Luke. Reflection, and then I'm going to draw like my ray of lights. So it would go beep, bloop. Bloop, bloop. See how they reflect off, right? But let's say I was doing refraction. So the next one's going to be refraction. So what I would do is I might draw like a, let's do this. I'm going to draw a jar. Put a little bit of water in there. See that? Y'all like my noises? Y'all like that? I do. I know. It is funny. And then I'm going to probably draw like, I don't know, a piece of wood. Let's draw a piece of wood in here. Let's say I got a piece of wood in here. So what's going to happen if I put a piece of wood is that actually the refraction changes the shape of it, doesn't it? Mm-hmm. So it kind of changes the shape. So I'm going to say that my wood up here is smaller than the wood down here, because that's what refraction does. Refraction kind of breaks the image, whereas reflection, light bounces off of it, right? All right. I am going to erase all mine because I don't want it to save.
Before your next class time.
Yes. Y'all need to go ahead and click Submit, Save As. And then close out your week 15 warm-up. You can go back into modules. Oh, I didn't post it there. Oh, I couldn't. You know what? Let me see if I can, we're going to take some notes, but it wasn't letting me add it to the modules. Let me see if it'll do it right now. It wasn't letting me do it this morning. But while I'm doing this, what you need is you need some paper, pencil, markers, crayons. You guys know that when I take notes, I like to do colors. So you're going to see me doing colors. Yes, and you guys are welcome just to use pencils. I just know that color kind of makes it a little bit more relatable. All right. Okay, so I've now been able to add that second assignment for today, but you don't need it yet. You'll only need it whenever you go to attach the picture. So let me get my view started. And I know you guys all have your materials ready to go. Just like I have mine ready to go. No, it's not going to let me do. That's fine. All right. That's about as good as it's going to get. All right, so here is my sheet of paper, right? Oh, that's it. My sheet of paper. You guys also know that I kind of like to fold things. Y'all can't see that. Hang on a minute. I gotcha. There we go. Here we go. Now y'all can see, huh? Well, you will in a second. Okay. Look at that! All right. So, you know that I like to fold my papers to make sure that I have some nice clean lines to go with. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and fold my paper in half. Now, if you have lined paper, I only fold to, no, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to do this. I'm going to fold it all the way. Let's just fold it in half. Let's just fold that in half. I'm going to kind of fold down a few pieces for my title line, right? See that? See that? See that? That's my title. That's going to be my title and my definition. And then I'm going to fold this up, and then I'll show you kind of what I did. So I'm going to unfold it. And then I'm going to grab me a black marker right here, and right here. And while y'all guys are doing that, I'm going to go over here. And remember, I always do this twice. So I make a small one to go in my journal, and I make a big one to go on the wall. All right? So I'm going to go ahead and do that real quick. All right. Then I am going to title this Weathering. So I am going to write weathering pretty big, but I'm going to leave enough space down here where I can write the definition of weathering. So I'm going to zoom in so you can kind of see. Now, my weathering is not going to take up the whole space. Guys, remember, we write a lot of information, so you're going to have to learn to write small. All right? I'd rather you have too much space than not enough. So, weathering. Whoops. Weathering. I'm going to let you write that down while I write it over here. Weathering. Then I'm going to write the definition of weathering underneath that. I think I'm going to use purple. I'm going to use purple. Purple. So the definition of weathering is going to go right underneath this. It is the breakdown of rock at or near the Earth's surface by natural forces. Let me read that again, and then I'm going to start writing it. It is the breakdown of rock at or near the Earth's surface by natural forces. And now I'm going to write it. Yes, I write fast. So I like to write it and then turn around and give you time. It is the breakdown of rock at or near the Earth's surface by natural forces. I'm going to have to get a different pen than that. But anyway, so while you guys are writing that, I'm going to write it big over here, right? Oh, yeah. See, that was perfect. Okay. So I've written it twice. Now, we're going to be talking about four ways. We're going to be talking about 4 ways that this happens. This happens using wind, water, ice, and plants. Wind, water, oh, wrong way. Wind, water, ice, and plants. And guys, I know some of you are not done writing that, but for the sake of time, give me a minute. Give me a minute. For the sake of time, I am going to continue doing what I need to do. Remember, at the end, I always leave it up long enough for you to finish anything that you need to finish. Or you can go back and watch the video. So, remember, we're going to talk about wind, water, ice, and plants. These are the 4 things that we are going to talk about when it comes to weathering. Now, while you guys are writing that, I'm going to come over here and write it again. Remember, I always write it twice. All right, so now I'm going to zoom back in on the wind. We're going to talk about wind first. Let's talk about the wind. Let's talk about the wind. The wind carries sand as the sand blows against the rock. It weathers it down like sandpaper. So that's what wind does. Wind carries. So, what I'm going to do first is I'm going to kind of, and again, you know I like color. So, I'm going to kind of draw a little rock formation thingy down here. So, it's a little rock formation. This is my rock formation. It's fancy, isn't it? My little rock formation. Kind of looks like a half-eaten donut, doesn't it? And then what the wind will do is it kind of whirlies around. So the wind will kind of whoosh, 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 whoosh. See? The wind kind of blows it around, doesn't it? I'm going to zoom in a little bit more so y'all can see that. All right. And then I am going to write. Remember, I do this twice. So remember the wind. The wind carries sand. As the sand blows against rock, it weathers it down like sandpaper. Okay, so wind carries the sand. As the sand blows against the rock, it weathers it down like sandpaper. Now y'all know I'm going to go write it again. soon as I find my marker. I don't know what I did with it. But I need brown, blue, and I don't know what I'm not going to do it. Purple. All right. Ready for water? Guys, don't forget that all these notes are due by the end of the day, but if there's something you miss right now, you can always go back and watch the video, which I need to attach those videos from yesterday. All right, water. Now, water is to the one to the right, water. I'm going to kind of draw the same little rock formation thingies, but this time it's going to have water all around it, right? So my rock formations. You see that? Oh, there it is. There it is. I got it. Whoa. We're going to put some water around it. We're going to put some ocean water. See, that's the ocean water. And so the waves come crashing up and break it down, right? So water carries sand and pebbles. As this sediment hits the rock, it weathers it down. All right. So I'm going to go draw this again. And then we'll move on to ice. Ice, ice, baby, too cold. No, just me. Okay, that's fine. Oh boy. All right, ready for ice? Ice? Ice, ice, baby, too cold. No, all right. Ice. Ice, ice. What? Ice isn't cold. It's a song. Your parents might understand if they're old enough. They may not be.
This makes December is my favorite month because December the 10th is my birthday.
That's right around the corner. All right, ice. This one's going to be a bit tricky. So ice. So what happens between the rock, and I'm going to kind of draw some rock. So you kind of have rock here, right? And I don't know if you can see my layers of rock there, right? My layers of rock have some frozen ice in it. See my rock with my frozen ice? Put a little bit of dirt, a little brown dirt underneath that rock. Oh, there is.
Wait, what? There's no Texas?
Guys, let's focus, please. We don't have time. All right, so now ice, what happens is water seeps into the cracks of rocks. So this is kind of a three-step process. So number one, water seeps into the cracks of rock. It seeps into the cracks of rock. Then, step two, the water freezes and expands. Because remember from the video yesterday, when water freezes, it expands? And then step three, this breaks the rocks apart. All right. While y'all are doing that, I'm going to go do it again over here. I need some gray. I got some gray. All right, ice. Oh, I'm going to scoop this up. right. We ready for plants? 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 No? Guys, I know some of you are not done, but please keep in mind, I'm writing this twice, right? I'm writing it twice. So if you're not able to keep up, then you're going to have to go back and watch the end of the video to make sure you have it all. Maybe I can get this last piece done and I can keep it up long enough for you guys to finish. Yes? I think that's a good idea. We have plenty of time. I just don't want the video to be 3 hours long. So I'm going to go ahead and finish the plants, and when I'm done with all of this, I'll leave it up so the rest of you can get it finished. Thumbs up? Fantastic. All right, plants. Plants, city plants, plants, plants. Plants. Plants, 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 plants. So what the plants does. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to draw me a tree. Draw me a tree. Tree, a weed, a tree. So first I'm going to draw this tree. It's got some roots in it. Okay, got this tree here. It's got some roots in it, right? It's got a top. Tree's got a top. Tree's got a top. I'm going to pretend like this is the springtime. And that tree is growing out of some rock. It's growing out of some rock. What do you think's happening to that rock? What's happening to that rock? Is it going to stay solid?
No.
It's going to break down, isn't it? That tree is going to break that rock apart. Tree is going to break that rock apart. And my tree. There's my tree growing out of some rocks. You didn't know that being a teacher would make you a sketch artist, huh? Ah! Or a mess maker. A mess maker. All right. So let's write down a definition for this. Plant roots grow into the cracks of rocks and then pry the rock apart. Okay, so plant roots grow into the cracks. I spelled that wrong. Left off that C. Cracks of a rock and pry the rocks apart. Okay. I'm going to go redo all of this over here on my big old poster. And then I will zoom out so that you can see it all. All right, I have gray, brown, draw my tree. All right. So I am going to zoom out so that you can see it all. There you go. There you go. And then my mess up. Perfectly okay. All right. So if you are done, go ahead and take a picture or a short video and submit it on the assignment. If not, I am going to leave it here for just a minute while the rest of you finish. Remember, when you are done, you can get on Education Galaxy, Epic, No Graphic Novels. You can get on Extra Math. You can get on, what else? There was a few other things, and I don't remember. All right. So, go ahead and finish this up. Submit it. It is due to